Hello there again, my Facebook friends and family, and this is Dana Stevens. And due to the overwhelming response that I have received, the love and the support from my black family, it has compelled me to move forward and at least do this video. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and put this out there that there is nothing incredible about me in the words that I'm speaking, but a mouthpiece to speak to you from what God has showed me and who God is. So to God be the glory for what is happening. But when I receive emails from young men, and I can recall even a 82-year-old black woman expressing their gratefulness for that video and how God used it in their life to give them some hope. I went to bed many nights in tears, but I know and I have to believe that this is God. So I want to share with you, my black brothers and sisters, to why I know you are a chosen group of people. I've had the opportunity to travel to Africa several times, and one of my mentors is Pastor Chris O'Hari, who is a pastor over a large church now in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Now, I want you to know that Africa is not how America has made it out to be. They have cell phones, they have everything that we have here, but they also have the poor. And so Pastor Chris took a journey over here to the United States, and I had the privilege of spending some time with him, and he wanted me to take him to the front line, to the streets, and to my neighborhood where I live and minister here in Chicago, which is the North Lawndale community. And as we were driving through, it could not have been more than 5 to 10 minutes. Finally, Pastor Chris looked at me and said, "I can't no more, Pastor Dina. I cannot. You must take me out of here. I have to go." And I was a little shocked. And so I questioned him and I said, "Why, Pastor Chris?" I said, you know, the people that you have ministered and loved on in Africa don't have running water and live in basically cardboard makeshift homes. I said, but yet the poor here, or the individuals in my community, are living in homes, have running water, and TV. I don't understand why this is so depressing to you. And he said these words to me, which has kept me doing what I'm doing. And he said, "Yes, Pastor Dana, but see, my people in Africa who don't have running water, who do not have electricity, have something that my black Americans who may have running water and electricity don't have. See, my people in Africa have hope. My black Americans have been stripped of hope. So my people believe that tomorrow things may change, or the next day. So with that hope, there's no limit to where we will go. But when you have no hope and believed and been taught that you are a cursed group of people, there is a ceiling on where they will go." And so he gave me this mandate early in my ministry to be a man that talks about black individuals are not a cursed group of people, but just the opposite, a chosen group of people. And he told me of individuals in the Bible, mighty men of God, that God used to continue the advancement of the gospel of God, in the gospel of his kingdom. One of those individuals was Jeremiah. And I wanted just to read this little bit when I did some further studying. It says that although the prophet Jeremiah knew the wickedness of the people and the evil in their troubled hearts, Jeremiah continued to speak the words given him by the Spirit of God. And eventually he was thrown into the dungeon by that group of people. And it was only a black man who came to his defense. And this black man believed the words of the prophet Jeremiah. And he was a worker in the king's house. And so he went, and with 30 men given to him by the king, this black man persuaded the king to lift Jeremiah out of the dungeon, because he said that this man Jeremiah was a righteous man, and he knew he would soon die in that dungeon with no water or bread. Moses, yes, he led the Israelites through the wilderness. But if you do some more research, you'll find out that he was led by a black man. And then we look at Simon, who carried the cross of Jesus. Now, I know there may be some controversies about him, but what I'm saying to my black brothers and sisters is this is proof that you are a chosen group of people that God has strategically used throughout the ages to advance his kingdom. And I haven't even gone into the inventions that my American black brothers and sisters has invented, but it was stripped from them simply because they were black. And the credit was given to my white family. And then we taught both sides that blacks are ignorant, stupid, uncivilized. Because even in Proverbs, it says that a poor person's farm produces much food, but the injustice sweeps it and takes it away. Again, our system is taking away the value of my black brothers and sisters through injustice. Even just recently, Mr. O'Reilly says to Michelle Obama that the slaves that worked there to build the White House were well fed and had decent lodging provided by the government, which eventually stopped hiring slave labor in 1802, he said. However, the feds did not forbid subcontractors from using slave labor. So yes, our First Lady is correct in citing slaves as builders of the White House. But do you see this mindset of the Pharaoh? It hasn't changed today. At least we're allowing you to have bread and water. At least we're giving you an education. It may not be up to par with the whites in this country, but you should be grateful and thankful that we're giving you anything. That's the mindset of a Pharaoh. Therefore, my fellow black brothers and sisters, we can no longer call upon the Pharaoh to help our communities. But we must get out there and empower one another until God sets you free in our mind and our spirit. We must declare that you as black brothers and sisters are kings and queens, that you are mighty vessels that God has chosen to advance his kingdom. You have been chosen to do inventions and all kinds of incredible things. And when we get that word out to our black communities and our black brothers and sisters, the guns that are in the hands of our inner city black youth are going to drop because they see their value and their potential. And at that point, the curse has been lifted off their minds and their hearts, and the hope that we speak into them will allow them to rise. So I say this to my black brothers and sisters: you are kings and queens that have been chosen by God to go out and to do incredible things. Let us get ready for this exodus. Let us get ready, because when God sets you free, he will give back to you everything the enemy has stolen. God bless you, and I'm asking you to please join the effort. Go to studio2911.org. Give me an email so that we can put this movement together, starting from the very ground up. And stop calling on the Pharaoh to come into our communities to set you free. They've never had that intention. We cannot invite the enemy. And I want to say this: President Obama, he is not the enemy. He is a man that God chose to take a major hit. But he's never lost dignity. He's never lost his mind, because deep down inside, I know he believes that he is a king. and our First Lady is a queen. And they don't let this small talk disturb them or remove their mindset from who they are. Let them be our leaders. Let them be our role models. May God bless you. Please contact me and let's get this going. Bye-bye.